Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Before going to your presentation, we would like to introduce to your audience.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Susan is a spiritual scientist with over 25 years of experience in psychology and psychotherapy, specializing in PTSD and trauma healing. She blends her expertise with various energy healing modalities, creating a personalized approach to support healing journeys for both children and adults. Her practice incorporates meta health, emphasizing the deep connection between body and soul to promote holistic well being. As an international speaker and medium, Susan channels higher realms and works with the galactic guides using techniques like toning and light language to facilitate profound healing. Believing in humanity's innate ability to self-heal, Susan is dedicated to helping individuals reconnect with their inner healer and align with their soul's mission, empowering them to manifest their desires and create the lives of abundance. That was a great bio, Susan, and the stage is yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm just going to share my screen. So bear with me a second. There we go. So I'm Susan Kennard, as you just found out, and I'm the author of these 3 books, which I'm really excited about. Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, which is a guide to self-healing. I actually won the Hay House Writers Competition for that one, and it got published a year or so ago. And from that, I created a journal so that you could work with your guides and your insight. And then a couple of months ago, I got my 3rd book published, which is called The Guardian Wings. And the reason why I wrote that was so that all children could remember that they were incredibly amazing, that they had such a light for this world, and that they were always protected. So I want to talk to you today about the 3 pillars of infinite abundance. Now, as a spiritual teacher, and my background is psychology, psychotherapy, neuropsychology, you name it, I did the whole traditional background. I'm also a channel. And what that means is somebody who works with their guides, who channels different beings of light as well. That's what I do now. And actually understands the combination of the soul, the spirit, and the human. And so, what I've found over probably nearly 30 years of doing this work is that when you actually align all of those 3 things together, those bodies together, actually what happens is you attract incredible abundance. Now, the abundance I'm talking about is, yes, it's definitely money, but it's also abundance in the sense of a healthy body, opportunities that kind of fall in your lap, amazing relationships and friends, and the feeling that you have a sense of inner peace. Now, the first pillar, that I really like to talk about is remembering who you are. So let's go to that one first. So, pillar 1 is remember who you are. So we've had many moments in our life, in childhood and other, times in our life where we've had experiences where we've had a shock or we've had a perception of belief or a trauma. And what happens then is that this shock goes into our heart, up to our brain, and we make a decision about it. And we shut down a part of our knowing of who we are. Now, what I mean by that is essentially, we are these incredible beings of light having a human experience. And if we shut down a bit of our heart, then there is a little bit of us that forgets who we are. Does that make sense? So what we have to do is we have to actually release those heart walls so that we can actually expand our light. And if you imagine your light in your heart is your reflection out to the world. And so it's kind of like a mirror. So as you vibrate and as you have a lighter expansion, then the universe gives you an expression of that back. And one of the key things that I've found is that when we remember who we are, which is essentially the divinity within, so the bigger part of us is actually light and source. when we really remember that, and that's not just in a conscious way, but actually in a heart way, hence my book, Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, as you truly love who you are, and that's not just in the sense of looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, or doing affirmations or dream boards or whatever. They're really helpful, but we have to actually viscerally feel that. So we have to truly know that on an essence level. How that happens is by actually letting go of these pieces of us that hold us back. Okay. So we bring these moments so that we can heal them with compassion. And I'm going to be doing an exercise with you shortly where you get to experience that. So the second pillar is remember that you're not on your own. So at times, we felt that we're doing this journey on our own, and that we've got all this responsibility on our shoulders and within our body, and we're like, actually, I'm just doing this on my own. But actually, we're not. So you may be in a relationship or have a family, but you might feel like you're doing it on your own. Or you might be single, have no friends, no family, and feel that you are not on your own, if that makes sense. And the difference between that is knowing that you always have your guides and your angels and source with you at all times. There's no mistake that you're here at this time. I don't mean at this conference listening to this, but actually there's no mistake that you're here on earth at this time. We made a decision at this time to come and bring our light, to remember who we were, remember that we're not on our own, and remember why we're here. Okay. And those are the major things. And so we're on this beautiful trajectory of life where we're actually healing ourselves. And as we heal ourselves, we are healing the planet. And boy, doesn't the planet need it, right? So we had a beautiful time, where everybody had to go within for a couple of years on and off. And that was an opportunity to say, is this relationship right for me? Is this person in my life? Is this job right for me? Should I be virtual working? Should I be traveling? Should I be doing something else? And that was an opportunity to go within. That was also an opportunity to remember that you are not isolated and you are never on your own. I actually do teach channeling and I taught mediumship for years. And what I know is that knowing that I have my guides with me, absolutely everything is so much easier in my life. When there's no fear and there's no kind of perception that you're on your own, then anything that happens actually is just, yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, it might be a bit annoying, but you never feel that sense of fear. Okay. You have that sense of peace. So I know if that makes sense to you, but if you imagine that you had your, something happened in your life and you had to make a decision about it and you think you're on your own, how much harder is that when you actually know that you have your, I call them the team, you have your team, your council of light, your guides and angels. When you know that you have that, then you never feel on your own. And I will give you an example of that in a moment, bit of an experience. So as I touched on, remember why you're here. So pillar 3 is that, you're not just here to exist. Now, this does not mean that you have to have a mission like me. My mission is to help you live your mission. Okay, that's my mission. And the way that I do that is by blending the science and the spiritual. So helping people heal physically, even though I do not claim to heal and cure. I help you heal, and no one is a healer for anyone else. But I also allow you to understand that your path is unique to you. And so what happens is when we have these heart walls and we have these traumas, and I call them dust in your field, when you have this, actually it stops you from seeing clearly why you're truly here. So your mission is something that lights you up. So the question would be, are you living your mission? So when you get up in the morning and you do your job, maybe like the people who have planned this conference, does it light you up? Is it something that you love? or is it something that you do as a job to earn money? Okay. So for me, any kind of job, any situation, whether it's charity, whether it's sweeping the streets, whether it's doing what I do, if it lights you up as it does me, you're pretty sure that you're on your mission. And if it doesn't light you up, there might be some tweaking that needs to happen with it. Okay. But we are all here for a really important reason. And why I wrote my children's book is to help children remember that they are incredible in this world. There's been so much that's gone on in this world that has suppressed children, that has suppressed adults. We felt that we need to be controlled by another person telling us what to do, and it was never meant to be like that. So what we've done is we've given our power away. And so what I really want you to understand is that when you strip away this, the physicality, the jacket, I call it, for your soul, when you strip this away, what do you have? You have an all-knowing, an all-wisdom, this wise, beautiful soul that knows exactly why it's here and exactly what it's meant to do. And part of that is to remember who you are, remember you're not on your own, remember you can heal yourself, but definitely remember why you came. And that is to spread your message, your light, to help others and to be of service. Now, to be of service means not at the sacrifice of yourself. And that comes when we feel we have to give to be loved. I'm sure that might make sense to some people. So why don't we have some healing? Okay, everyone is usually up for some free healing. So let's do some free healing together. So join me and put your hands on your heart. Just come into your heart space for a moment. I'm going to close my eyes for a second. Good. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths. And you take the breath by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And so let's do 3 of those. Good. And then I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful light in your heart. And imagine that this light is a golden, sparkling light. And now return your breath to normal. And imagine that light flowing throughout the whole of your body, right down to your toes. And down to your toes, imagine wiggling your toes a little bit. And then imagine there's a beautiful star underneath your feet. And this is your Earth star. It connects you to Mother Earth. It connects you to your humanness. And you might notice a color, so just feel into that. And then draw your attention up to your heart space and then up to the crown of your head. Good. And then further still, imagine the stars beyond the stars. And there is a really huge star, and this is called your soul star. And this connects you to your divinity and your divine wisdom. Imagine a beautiful beam of light coming down, almost like you're in this kind of beautiful bubble of light. Good. And so don't worry if you've never worked with your guides before, but let's invite in our teams, our guides, our angels. Good. So I want you now to connect into your heart once again. If your hands aren't there, just put your hands on your heart. And I want you to think about where your life is right now. Is there a part of your life that you would like to expand to or let go of, whatever it is? Just connect in with that right now. So it could be something in your body, it could be something in your relationship. It could be that you want to be more successful, you want to be more noticed. What is it for you? Okay, you might want to move house, you might want to get a dog, whatever it is. Okay, just feel into that. And now feel into the emotions of that. Okay. And I want you to invite in your heart, in your mind, all of the aspects of you from when you were younger. You won't know who they are, it's fine. We're just going to intend it and bring all of those aspects in to be present. Some of you may see them, some of you may feel them. You might feel it a little bit in your heart now. And I want you to say these words. I want you to copy these words, okay, and say them out loud, exactly how they're said. I'm so sorry that you put up this wall to keep yourself safe. I'm so sorry you felt that you were unworthy of love. I'm so sorry that all you wanted was peacefulness in your heart. I'm so sorry that the world didn't always feel safe to you. I'm so sorry that there's a part of you that's been playing small. I'm so honored that you're here today so that we can heal together. And I want you to imagine that all of those little parts of you, and you might like to get your hands and imagine that all of those little parts of you were in your heart now. Bring them into your heart. And I want you now to feel that light in your heart and just check in with it and feel how it feels now. And just consider about that situation. How does it feel now? Does it feel more possible? Does it feel that you've accessed a little tiny bit of you that perhaps felt that fear that you didn't know about, that's without language quite often? And I want you just to put your hands on your heart for a moment and just listen. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. And just say these words in your heart. What do I need to know? Just listen. And so some of you may have heard something and some of you may not. And that's absolutely perfect because your inner self, your higher self, your guides and angels are listening. And by just doing that few moments of healing, connecting in with your heart, connecting in with those aspects of you, there is a part of you that is so much brighter now in this world. I hope you enjoyed that. What happens when we actually do that is we actually come into a place where we attract different circumstances, different parts of our life change. And that was just a mini, tiny bit of healing work. In my book, Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, there are many different processes in there. One of them, an extended version of the emotional wall that you might find really helpful and you might like to do. So if you want to work with me, if you feel drawn to my energy, you can find me on my YouTube channel, which is my name, as you can see, Susan Kennard. You can come into my VIP soul coaching program. You just need to email me or go onto my website and have a look at what I'm offering. My website is all over here, susankennard.co.uk. You can come into my monthly membership. So if you're somebody who feels that they really need to step fully into their mission, you might be financially okay, or you might be have a great relationship and not the finances, or you might be single and have finances and not a relationship, or you might be doing a job that you feel is not really your soul's calling, then the Soul's Ascension membership would be great for you. You might like to have an Ascension Path activation session. This is where I get to see into your field. I get to see how far you stepped out into your higher self. I get to see what's in the way of it because I'm clairvoyant and clairaudient and clairsentient. So I get to see all of that. And the guides will tell me, and then we'll do the healing to clear all the blocks, and I'll watch you step out. So a very powerful session. If you would like a free gift, I have a whole healing retreat. You just need to click on this QR code now with your phone or however you want to do it. And you can actually get my free gift, which is a quantum healing of self-love. I run retreats every single month. In fact, I run 2 a month. At the moment, we're doing Cosmic Family, so working with our galactic cosmic family. But this was one from last month, and I thought I'd share it with you because it really is about stepping into this incredible vortex and this quantum healing of self-love. So our ancestors get released, past lives, childhood aspects of ourselves. And so I think you're going to have fun with that. So I do hope that you will take me up on that free gift. It's about an hour and a half of healing, so you might like that. So I leave that there for a few seconds and just feel into how you are feeling about yourself now. You know, is there something that you've been thinking, wow, yeah, I love what I do, but there is a bit of me that would like to just take it to the next level? And if you are feeling that, then definitely reach out to me because I can definitely help you with that. So how you can connect with me, there's the free gift once again, there the QR code. So you can find me on Facebook as well. You can find me on YouTube. Every Friday morning, I pre-record a 5-minute frequency. It's called 5-minute frequency tune up. It's on my YouTube. And I get to sit with you for 5 minutes. We bring the guides in. Sometimes I do channeling, sometimes it's light language, sometimes it's something that the guides get me to do, which is a meditation with you, awesome healing. And sometimes I give away one of my remote healing chambers. You can find all that information out on my website. You can find me on Instagram. And of course, my website is probably the best place. And please send me a message. You know, if you've got any questions and you want to ask me about your life or something that I might be able to help you with along the journey, you can also book a discovery session on my website. And I can have a chat with you. We can tune in with the guides and we can see what really is holding you back, or even if you just want to really expand. So I'm just looking to see, okay, great. So it's the end of my presentation. So if there's anybody that would like to ask me a question, I think I've got a few minutes. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yes, Suzanne, that was a great talk.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Any
Thank
questions?
you so much. That you can scan the QR code shared by Suzanne to connect with her. Yeah. Thank you so much. Hello, Suzanne.
Hello, I'm here. I can hear you.
Yeah, we have a few questions from our audience. We will drop it in your email. So can you please answer them?
Yeah, I can't see the questions. I can see hellos, but I can't see any questions. I can put my email. Does somebody want my email?
Okay, we drop it later because the time is running late.
I haven't got any questions here. I can't see them.
Thank you so much for sharing your email. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you share the questions with me? Because you said there are some questions, or you can read them out.
Yeah, we will share them later after this session.
Oh, you're going to share them with me. I'm with you. Okay, yeah, I definitely reply to every single question.
Thank you so much.
Okay, much love, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.